In this video, we're going to see how to create a random data generator in Microsoft Excel. And to do that, we're going to use the RANDBETWEEN function, the if function, the and function, and the XLOOKUP function. So we've been learning about those functions in the previous videos. And in this video, we're going to draw all those together to create this really cool random data generator. And this will just help us build and reinforce our Excel skills so that when we're working with Excel, we can do things quickly and efficiently. Let's go take a look. So here I am in Microsoft Excel, and we're going to build this random data generator here. And anytime I want to regenerate all this, under the formulas ribbon, we have calculate now all the way over here to the right. And I don't know if you're like me, but formulas and data ribbons, like sometimes, even though I've been using Excel for over 2 decades, I'll sometimes be like, is it under the formulas ribbon or the data ribbon? But calculate now, it's under the formulas ribbon. And every time you press that or the shortcut key F9, you can see there, the shortcut key is F9. Anytime you press that, it'll recalculate your entire workbook. And so the way this workbook was built is that I have these tables over here of data, and you can see that there's some hidden tables. So if I select here, it goes from M to Z to AA to BB. If I select here and then go over there and right click those and choose unhide, a bunch of different tables show up right there. And so these tables are like lookup tables. So here's a customer lookup table, and here's manufacturer and item and price, and then salespeople, right? So first name, last name, and then combined names, and then state and region. So all these lookup tables here, basically what we're doing to randomly generate the data is we're randomly generating a number, like for finding a customer random name. We'll randomly generate a number between 1 and 19. So we'll use RANDBETWEEN, the RANDBETWEEN function, and say, hey, give me a number between 1 and 19. And then we'll look that number up here in this table, and we're using XLOOKUP, the XLOOKUP function, and then we'll return a value associated with that random number. And so that's how we generate this entire random business data generator right here. That's how we generate it. And if you look in the functions, you can see how that's working. And so here, it's a really interesting use of now and RANDBETWEEN. So I get the current date, and then I just add some numbers onto there. And that gives me a date a little further into the future. So this is future proofing this workbook. So if you look at this in the year 2070, you'll be like, hey, this is not that old. And then if you look at like the customer here, I used VLOOKUP when I originally built this because I built it a while ago, but let's just go ahead and update this first one right here. And just so you can see how we do that. So I'm gonna just click in there and do an XLOOKUP, and we're gonna look up a customer. And the customer that we want to look up is going to be a value between 1 and 19. You can see that in the customer table. So I'm going to use a RANDBETWEEN function right there as the lookup value. And I want a value between 1 and 19. And so you can see here, right, in XLOOKUP, the lookup value that's going to be looked up is this RANDBETWEEN. It's going to give me a random number between 1 and 19. And that is called nesting functions. And it's really useful just to put a function right inside a function, and they execute from the inside out. So it'll generate like, the deepest nested function first will generate a value, and then it'll kind of go up throughout the rest of the nesting until everything executes. And so this RANDBETWEEN will execute first, give me a random number, and then XLOOKUP executes, and it'll use the random number that was generated, look that up over here in the table. So I'm going to put a little comma right there and then do my lookup array, which is going to be right here. And I'm going to press F4 to hold that constant. And I'm going to do another comma, and my return array is going to be right there. And I'm going to press F4 to hold that constant. And F4 makes that an absolute reference. So as I copy this formula and paste it down, it's always going to reference over here absolutely those cells right there. So if you don't know the difference between a relative reference and an absolute reference, I probably have a video on that. If not, I'm going to be making it soon. You can leave a comment down below in the comment section and ask me to make that, and I'll make it just for you and everybody else in the world and show you the difference between a relative and absolute reference, because that's super essential to know in Microsoft Excel. So now that I've got my return array, I'm just going to say, hey, if nothing's found, I'll do double quotes, and I'm going to go for an exact match, and I want to search first to last. That's fine. And so using XLOOKUP, there we go. I've got that random customer travel country. And if I copy this and then just paste it down the other 3,000 records, right, it'll randomly generate a name for me. And as I press F9, that name will be generated. So you can look through the rest of the spreadsheet. You could download this spreadsheet from a link in the description below, but that's pretty much how everything else in this workbook was calculated. I'm just scrolling through here to kind of look at all of that. Yeah, that's it. And that's a random data generator. It's really nice to build when you're building out just a kind of template, or you want to demonstrate something to somebody, like potential look of something. You could put in some random data. You could build a random data generator like this, or just copy and paste this data, download the workbook and copy and paste it. All right, that's building a random data generator. If that went a little fast for you, there's a link down below to an entire playlist where I explain each of those functions individually, so you can build your skills up by going through that whole playlist, and you'll understand each of those little skills, so that when you finally get to this, you'll be like, oh, I totally get it. I know what's going along. In the next video that I create for this YouTube channel, I'm going to show you how to create a random name generator. So this random name generator can be very useful in many different situations. In seeing how this random data generator is built, you'll be able to reinforce and grow your Excel skills. So you'll be more efficient and effective with Microsoft Excel. So if you want to watch that new video coming out soon, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell so you'll be notified when that video comes out. As always, if there's something you want to learn about technology or Excel or anything else dealing with computers or technology, leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to learn, and I'll make a video to help you learn it. For over 2 decades, I was tenured faculty at the college level in California, and I taught both undergraduate and graduate students how to use computers and how to program. So now I'm doing these YouTube videos. And if you want to learn something, leave a comment down below and I'll make a video to help you learn it. Thanks for stopping by. Hit like if you're enjoying these videos, hit that thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you next time.